Hello, mathematicians. You're getting a little break from Mrs. Halverson today, and I'm coming to you with today's lesson. We're going to step away from rounding for today's lesson, even though you'll see that in your assignment still, and we're going to instead review some things related to making exchanges when you subtract. We're noticing that there's a lot of trouble going on with that, so I want you to make sure you're paying close attention to today's lesson and that you're really working on trying this out. All right? Thank you. All right, so for our first problem, let's say I have 439 M&Ms and I eat 284 of them. And I want to know how many M&Ms I have left, right? How many M&Ms am I going to have left to eat later? So scholars, we start out, of course, subtracting in the ones place. It looks like everyone's doing fine with that. 9 minus 4. So can I take 4 away from 9? I can. 9 minus 4 is 5. I'm finished with my ones. I move over here to the tens. 3 minus 8. Sorry, scholars. So 3 minus 8. Here's where I'm seeing some trouble. I'm seeing people write 5 right here. Right? 8 minus 3 is 5. But scholars, that's not what this problem is. This says 3 minus 8. So I'm already noticing, right? 8 is bigger than 3. So can I take 8 away from 3? You maybe remember in first grade you learned more on the floor, go next door, right? There's more here. You can't take something more away from this. So, since we can't take 8 away from 3, we have to make an exchange. So we're taking one of those hundreds and bringing it to our tens. So now we have 13. So scholars, what happened here is one of those hundreds came over here. That's 10 tens that make 100, plus the 3 tens that are already there makes 13. 13 minus 8. We can take 8 away from 13. 13 minus 8 is 5. Maybe if you were having trouble with that, you could think, right? Have you learned this strategy? Right? 13 minus 8, 8. Count up to 13. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 5. Right? That counting up strategy if you need it. So 13 minus 8 is 5. And now I'm ready for my hundreds. 3 minus 2. I can take 2 away from 3. 3 minus 2 is 1. 155. Now, scholars, I could even check that, right? I should be able to put these two parts together and equal the whole. Part plus part equals whole. I'm going to quickly check to see if what I did makes sense and works. 155 plus 284, 5 plus 4, 9, 5 plus 8. 5 plus 8 is 13. I'm leaving my 3 ones and exchanging my 110 into the hundreds. 1 plus 1 plus 2. So 1 of the exchange plus the 100 plus the 200 makes 400. And then scholars, I can see, right, the whole I started with here is the whole I ended with here. So now I know 155 is the correct missing part. So this is the part we're having trouble with. When we have to make these exchanges, quite a few of you are not catching that you have to make that exchange. I'm going to show you on the next one another part that I've been noticing people having trouble with. All right, take a look at the next problem. I have 742 markers. Goodness, that's a lot of markers. But I find out that 318 of them have dried up. So I'm going to recycle those. Let's find out how many working markers I have left. Ready? 2 minus 8. 2 minus 8. 8 is bigger than 2. Right? It's not 8 minus 2. It's 2 minus 8. More on the floor. Go next door. So scholars, I have to make that exchange. I'm going to take one of the 10s, and I'm going to bring that over here. It's 10 ones with the 2 that's already there makes 12. 12 minus 8. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4. And then I'm moving over here. 3 minus 1 is 3 minus 1 is 2. I can take 1 away from 3. And then 7 hundreds minus 3 hundreds, 4 hundreds. Now, scholars, I'm going to try that same thing. Let's try adding these two parts together to see if it equals 742. 424 plus 318. Now, here's the part that I mentioned is another thing that I was noticing people having trouble with. 4 plus 8. 4 plus 8 is 12. I'm going to jot that over here for just a minute. Here's the spot that I've been seeing people are having a difficult time with. They're having trouble remembering what to leave here and what to exchange. So remember, you want to leave your ones and exchange your tens. Right? Leave the ones and exchange the tens. That's been another thing that I've been seeing trick people. 1 plus 2 plus 1 in the tens equals 4. 400 plus 300, 700. And again, scholars, the whole matches. So I have 424 markers that still work. One more. Let's see. We've had M&Ms. We've had markers. Can you think of what this last one could be? All right. I have 628 rocks in my rock collection. I sold 195 rocks. How many rocks do I have left in my rock collection? Mathematicians, I want you to pause for a minute and try this one, and then continue on. All right, let's see how you did. 8 minus 5. See, 5 is smaller than 8, so I don't need to make an exchange. 8 minus 5 is 3. 2 minus 9 in my tens place. 2 minus 9. Oh, 9 is bigger than 2. More on the floor. Go next door. So I'm taking one of those hundreds. Those 100s are coming over here. 10 tens plus the 2 tens already there makes 12. So 12 tens minus 9 tens. Remember, if you're having trouble, use that count it up strategy. 9. Right? See how I did that? 9 is me hitting my fist on my palm. So 9, 10, 11, 12. 3. And then I made an exchange, so now 500 minus 100, 400. 433. Let's check and see if that's correct. So part 433 plus part 195. Oh, let's see if that equals the whole 628. 3 plus 5 is 8. 3 plus 9 is 12. 12. I'm going to jot that down again. Do you remember? Leave the ones. Exchange the tens. 100 plus 400 plus 100. 628. A match. So scholars, the whole matched, so we did that problem correct. So I want you to really make sure, mathematicians, that you're watching carefully when you're doing these addition and subtraction problems. I worried some of you are just rushing through them and are not thinking about, wait a minute, do I need that exchange? Wait a minute, what part do I leave? What place do I leave? And what place do I exchange? I know that you worked on this in second grade. Miss Tanner knows you worked on this in second grade. Mrs. Halverson knows you worked on this in second grade. So we should be seeing very successful mathematicians. All right, continue on with the lesson. Thanks, scholars.